This morning we're going to be in Psalm 42. Psalm 42, just the first two verses. And let me just say this, that if we'll teach our hearts to crave the Lord, that's how we'll turn to Him when dark times come suddenly. I think that a lot of people recognize this, that tragic times, difficult times, they come on kind of suddenly. And so we have to teach our hearts to long for God all the time so that when these times come, we will search for Him. We'll know to turn to Him. A lot of people don't know where to turn when trouble comes because they didn't train their hearts to seek the Lord or to long for or crave for Him. In fact, listen to the passage, and I'll tell you a few things about David. This is the Psalm of David, 42, verse number 1 says, "As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O Lord. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God?" And so you see this craving. When do I get to go next? When's my next chance to be before the Lord? And I need you to understand this because a lot of times people forget that David dealt with worry, he dealt with anxiety, really reoccurring levels of depression throughout his life, whether they were quote unquote clinical or they were just times of difficulty and tragedy or really times when things were going so bad. Somehow David taught his heart to turn to God in those times. And so it's possible to teach our hearts to turn to the Lord when the most difficult and tragic circumstances come. And so I want to encourage you with this: spend a lot of time with the Lord. Don't have the Lord be a side note or a hurried thing that we do as soon as we can, as fast as we can, so we can get on to what we might believe is more important. Let's spend lots of quality time with Him. Spend time in the house of God with God's people, learning to crave the Lord so that when difficult times do come, and they will, that we will turn to Him. We'll find our way to Him, at least eventually. And so I want to encourage you with that this morning. Difficult times may come, but we can turn to the Lord and we can teach our hearts to turn to Him more quickly. I hope that helps this morning. Have yourselves a great day.